So you decided to bring home a new kitten. Congratulations! Your world is about to change forever. I am the Cat Butler, and these are my two ragdoll cats, Teemo and Arya. When I first brought them home as kittens, I made plenty of mistakes. So today, I'm sharing my tips for bringing home a new kitten to help make the transition smoother for both you and your cat. Your cat is like a newborn baby, so you need to cat-proof your home to protect them from themselves. If you have a spare bedroom, that is a good place to start. You can use it as their safe zone while they adjust to their new environment. If you don't have a spare bedroom, pick a room that's the safest and has the least number of things your kitten could get into. The first thing is to remove any toxic plants from your home. Toxic plants can be divided into two categories: those that are mildly toxic, causing symptoms like vomiting or oral irritation, and those that are highly toxic to your cat, plants that can potentially cause death. For example, lilies are among the most toxic plants for cats and can cause kidney failure even if just a small amount is ingested. You can find a list of toxic plants on the ASPCA website, which I will link in the description below. It does not distinguish between mildly and highly toxic plants, so you will have to do further research to see how safe the plant is for your cat. Another thing to hide from your new cat is human medications. Many human medications are highly toxic to cats, even in small doses. Tylenol and Advil can cause liver failure, stomach ulcers, and kidney damage, so put them safely away in an area your cat cannot get to. Keep the toilet lids closed, as kittens can drown in toilet bowls. Also, make sure every garbage can has a lid. You wouldn't want your kitten falling into the garbage and eating anything it's not supposed to. Dental floss is especially bad, as it can kill your cat. Secure any dangling blind cords, because your cat can potentially strangle themselves. Seal up every tiny gap a kitten could squeeze into. Older homes tend to have hidden holes behind cabinets, inside walls, or under appliances. Hide dangling or exposed electrical cords that are tempting for kittens to chew and pull on. You can also cover electrical cords with protective tubing to prevent your cat from chewing on them and accidentally electrocuting themselves. Lastly, remove any small objects your kitten could swallow, like hair ties, rubber bands, or tiny toys. You want your home to be as clean and clutter-free as possible to keep them safe. A little effort to cat-proof your home goes a long way in keeping your curious kitten safe and happy. Before bringing home your new kitten, schedule a visit to the vet, usually right after you bring it home. Veterinarians often have very full schedules, so it's best to book the appointment ahead of time. This initial visit is important for vaccinations, deworming, and a general health checkup to ensure they are growing and developing properly. This may include a blood test to screen for FELV and FIV, or a fecal exam to look for parasites. It is best to keep your new kitten separated from other cats until results confirm it's healthy. Because the digestive system of a kitten is very sensitive, changing foods can cause vomiting and diarrhea. So it is recommended to stick to the same diet at the beginning. And if you want to switch to a new food, do it over a 7-day period. Consider adding a probiotic to their diet if you encounter a lot of diarrhea. A probiotic will help aid in digestion. For my cats Teemo and Arya, I transitioned them from their original wet food diet to a raw meat diet. because I wanted them to eat a healthier diet that more resembles a cat's natural diet. I made the mistake of transitioning too quickly, and Teemo and Arya got a bit of diarrhea from the sudden change. So it's important to transition their diet gradually over 7 days and consider using a probiotic if there's too much diarrhea. Also, if you want to learn more about raw meat diet, I'll link a video in the description below. Using a kitten-safe litter is one of the most important choices you can make when bringing home a young cat. Kittens are naturally curious and tend to explore the world with their mouths, which means they might accidentally ingest litter while using the litter box. That's why it's important to choose a natural, low dust and fragrance-free cat litter. Litters made from corn, peas, paper, or wood are safe if a kitten happens to eat them. They're also gentle on their lungs, making them a healthier choice for young developing cats. Natural litter made from peas even dissolve when they come into contact with water or saliva. So if your kitten accidentally eats a bit, it won't cause blockages or harm their intestines, making the litter safer. Unscented litters are a better choice than scented ones, as artificial fragrances can irritate a kitten's sensitive respiratory system. Strong scents can also overwhelm them and even discourage proper litter box use altogether. Avoid clay litter, as it can expand and harden into concrete clumps when swallowed, potentially causing dangerous intestinal blockages. Clay litter also creates a lot of dust. Breathing dust is harmful to a kitten's fragile respiratory system and can trigger allergies or asthma. When I use clay litter, my cat Teemo used to cough a lot from all the dust, so avoid clay litter. Lastly, you also want to avoid crystal litter as well. Crystal litter made from silica gel is generally considered safe for adult cats, but it can still cause problems for kittens. If ingested, the crystals can irritate the digestive tract and absorb moisture from the intestines, which may lead to vomiting, diarrhea, or dehydration. In addition, some crystal litters contain chemical additives or fragrances to control odor, which can further upset a kitten's sensitive stomach and respiratory system. For these reasons, it's best to stick with a natural, kitten-safe litter. You'll need a good carrier to transport your kitten safely. I recommend investing in a high-quality carrier that will last for years and has enough room for your cat to grow into. That way, you won't need to replace it later. I've learned this the hard way when Teemo outgrew his first carrier and had to upgrade to a bigger one. One of the most important tips is to film your cat. Document everything on photo and video. The playful pounces, the cute meows, and even the moments when they curl up beside you. Those moments will become treasures later on. Kittens just do so many funny things and grow up so fast, so you want to capture those memories. I know I do. One of my biggest regrets is not filming Teemo and Arya enough. There were so many sweet, funny, and cute moments I never captured. So film everything. Your babies will grow up in a blink of an eye. One filmmaking tip I can share is to use good lighting. It makes your videos look tremendously better. If you can, take some time off when you bring home your kitten. Those first few days are filled with some of the most beautiful moments you'll ever experience. Taking a few days to just be present helps your kitten feel safe and loved. And it also gives you a chance to slow down, bond, and truly enjoy your time with your kitten before they grow up. I took a week off with Teemo and Arya, and it gave me some of the most memorable moments of my life. Your new kitten will need a food and water bowl. When choosing a food and water bowl, skip the cheap plastic options. They scratch easily, harbor bacteria, and contribute to feline acne. Feline acne is a common skin condition that appears as pimples on a cat's chin, often caused by bacteria buildup from plastic bowls or poor hygiene. Instead, go for a porcelain bowl, which is stronger than standard ceramic and less likely to crack when dropped, or a stainless steel bowl. Also look for a wide, shallow design so your cat's whiskers won't rub the sides and cause whisker fatigue. Whisker fatigue happens when the cat's sensitive whiskers constantly brush against the sides of the deep bowl, causing discomfort and making them hesitant to eat or drink. Getting a quality food bowl from the start will save you money in the long run, since you won't need to keep replacing cheaper bowls that scratch, crack, or cause issues like feline acne. When you first bring your kitten home, give them time to adjust and let them come to you on their own terms. Sit quietly nearby and let them explore at their own pace. This helps build trust and makes your kitten feel safe around you. When I first brought Arya home, she was terrified, hiding under the sofa and watching me from a distance. I didn't push her or try to pick her up. I just sat nearby and let her get used to my presence. Over time, her fear turned into curiosity, and she started coming closer on her own. Now, she follows me everywhere and refuses to leave my side. When it comes to litter boxes, the general rule is 1 per cat, plus 1 extra. However, if you have a very large litter box, 1 per cat is usually enough. Fill the litter box to about 3 to 4 inches of litter and scoop it daily. Cats are very particular about cleanliness. To reduce litter tracking, choose a pellet type litter, such as a pea-based litter. Traditional litter, like clay, tends to scatter everywhere and make your home feel sandy. For the best results, pair pellet litter with the top entry litter box. That combination can almost completely eliminate tracking. Getting a scratching post is essential for any new kitten. Cats like to naturally scratch to mark territory, stretch, and maintain healthy claws. You will need to get both a vertical and horizontal scratching post, as some cats may prefer one over the other. Providing both types will keep your kitten happy and keep your furniture safe. Cats love to climb, perch, and observe their surroundings from above, so having a cat tree gives them a safe outlet for their natural behavior. It provides exercise, helps them build confidence, and gives them a space of their own. The cat tree is my cat's favorite item in the house. They always sleep and jump around on it. Cats need toys to keep them mentally stimulated, physically active, and to satisfy their natural hunting instincts in a safe and playful way. When choosing toys for your kitten, always invest in high-quality durable ones that won't break apart easily. Cheap toys with loose strings, plastic parts, or glued pieces can quickly come apart, and if swallowed, they can cause serious intestinal blockages. This actually happened to my cat, Teemo, when he chewed off a small piece from a toy. Luckily, it did not get stuck in his intestine, but it was a scary experience. The best rule is to always supervise playtime and put toys away when you're done. That way, your kitten stays safe. Bringing home a kitten can feel overwhelming at first, but with the right preparation and a safe, loving environment, Your new furry friend will settle in quickly. Just be patient and give them time to adjust. Any products mentioned in the video will be linked in the description below. Comment down below if you have any other tips to share.